time before I left, people on Sunday would say to me, "What are you going to do on your sabbatical?" And I'd go, "Well, not so much, not so much." And today I want to talk a little bit about being and doing. Now that, and the balance. Anyone watch the Olympics? 3 of us, 10 of us. My goodness. It was on every channel. I don't know how you missed it. And the Olympics are about winning. The Olympics are about being recognized. And they also have to do with being the best you can be. Being the best you can be. Now, anyone watch the balance beam? I love the balance beam. Paul's daughter, when she was little, would do the balance beam, and my heart would stop every time. Leap. Oh. Now, anyone watch Simone on the balance beam? Of course. Now, I was sitting on the edge of my seat. You could do it, you could do it, you could do it. And she did it. Roar, cheers. Now, when we think about the practice that takes, she's 27 years old. She's been doing it since she was a little tyke. And here she is in the biggest moment of her life. And I'm seeing her visualize that as she stands there. I'm hearing her, or watching her, I want to say, with her self-talk. You can do it. Do you think she's saying to herself, "I'll never make it. I'll never make it. This is stupid. I'm going to walk out right now." What do you think she's saying? I can do it. I am capable. I have done this over and over and over. I can do it. And under that pressure of being watched by millions and millions all over the world, because she embodies it. It is in every cell and muscle of her body because she has practiced it over and over again. Embodying something is so important. We think of things mentally or maybe emotionally, but to bring all of that together, the physical, the mental, the spiritual, the emotional, to bring that all together is embodying an idea, a desire, a solution, a project. Now, most of us go at things a little differently than that. I'd like to question, how is your balance in your life? And how is your balance around doing and being? I was just at the coast. My wonderful cousin, she's my first cousin. My uncle and aunt had 8 children and one girl. And I was a single daughter only child of my parents. So we were the only 2 girls in this circle. And we have been connected for years. She's gone through a horrific year. She had to sell her home. She went through a difficult divorce. She's had really big, challenging things in her life. So for my birthday, I paid for her airplane ticket, and she came and spent time with Paul and I. She's never been to the West Coast. She had never seen a mountain. She had never seen a beach. I had this desire for her. And she loves nature and gardening. This is our background. Our great-grandparents owned a famous nursery in St. Louis, did the flowers for the World's Fair. So this is our heritage, and we all love flowers and gardening. So she came, we went to the Rose Garden, loved it. We went up the Columbia Gorge, and then we went to Haystack Rock. Could not believe it. She was overwhelmed. She kept saying, I can hardly put this in perspective. I can hardly take it all in. It was so overwhelming to her. And as we're standing there at Haystack Rock, now, I had told her to bring jeans. She said, it's going to be hot. Well, haystack rock. And the wind, I mean, you can barely stand as the wind is whipping through you. And she just gets closer and closer, taking pictures and videos and just absorbing it all. And I'm standing there watching. And she came back after she'd been out there quite a while, and she was standing next to me. And I said, and I love the ocean. I was raised in St. Louis. I was never around an ocean. So I said to her, when I'm here, I ask for guidance. Really? And I listen to the guidance. Really? And I take action on the guidance. Really? It was like a world she had never heard of. Nothing she had ever experienced was asking for guidance other than looking it up on YouTube, asking her mother or father, reading a book. And that fact of realizing that the guidance for us individually is right here. It's right here. I always say you don't have to buy it. You can't. You can't borrow it. It's not on Amazon. It's not available anywhere but right here. So what is it that takes us outside of ourselves thinking we can find it out there? So what does it mean for you personally, professionally, to balance doing and being? Now, often in a relationship, there's the doer. I'm the one who's really into being. So let's just be honest. Often in relationships, there's one that's get it done and the one that does it in another way. Is that true? Yes. Come on. This is true. Now, because we have a balance of doing and being, we work together to bring that about. And we work together. Did you see this board? We did this in 6 weeks. We had overwhelming concepts of a roof that's need to be fixed. And I don't know for how long. Quite how long? 20 years, at least. So at our last board meeting, Jan brings up these 3 things in new business, getting this done. And it was the roof, the sump pumps, so exciting to sell to all of you. And ramps. That was just such a sexy sell, I'm just telling you. And we did it, and we did it, and you did it. And how did we do that? Well, I watched the board come together. I watched Jan bring it up. I watched a little discussion. I watched Merle say, let's do a fundraiser. I watched a little discussion, and within less than 10 minutes, it was done. And then the saying came, and then the affirmation. It was smooth. Now, this is because we set the intention of making changes. No longer settling for things that are not complete. Breathe into that. Are there things in your life that you've put on the back burner, whether it's self-improvement, whether it's physical things, whether it's financial things? Now, how do we balance? If you're just being and meditating, that's a good Buddhist monk. However, we're in Salem, Oregon, and so we do go buy groceries and we do things. We come to Unity of we have to do things. On the other hand, we're running and racing. Gotta get it. How do we balance that? To me, we ask for guidance. We listen to the guidance. Oh my goodness, what a concept. We listen to the guidance And then we complete the guidance. How many of you started something and stopped? Now, if everybody doesn't raise their hand, we're in trouble. How many of us have started something and then stopped? And that's the truth. And that's the truth. Now, I want to talk about a consciousness, a relationship with what we call the universal presence, the divine nature. We can call it God, you can call it good. It is a relationship, not up and down, heart to heart, spirit to spirit, love to love, not up and down. And when we have that relationship, it's a relationship. It's not a part-time job. It's not occasionally. It's an ongoing relationship. When we have the ongoing relationship, it is so much easier to complete our intentions. We are guided. The door's open. The way is made clear. The future unfolds. And there's the answer. Now, the answer for we were prepared to save $5,000. We were at $5,000 for our fundraiser. And then this week, they said a check arrived in the mail from someone who watches on YouTube. Now, this is someone I've known for years. And she took us over the top. Not here. She's not in this building. And she believes in Unity of Salem. Yahoo! Yahoo! So what is it that keeps us from balancing the being and the doing? Because if we're always doing, we're not listening. We're not following. Yes? Is that a yes? That's a yes. So how do I shift my consciousness into relationship building with the universal presence? How do I understand that the universal presence is in everything and everywhere? It is in every cell and molecule on the planet. We're in a different world than we were 100 years, 500 years, 1,000 years. I'm going to do a series on science and spirituality. Scientists are proving it's in every cell. It's in every molecule. And we have and that energy is pulsating. It's waiting to be creative. It's waiting to be used. And you and I are just sitting there watching TV. I speak for myself. I like a good PBS mystery. I'm just speaking for myself. So what happens if I understand that this consciousness, this universal presence is right here, right now? I am ready and willing to co-create. Would you say with me? I am ready and willing to co-create with this ministry and with universal consciousness. With this ministry and universal consciousness. To co-create for a life that works for all. Works for you, works for me, and works for the community. This is much bigger than our personal selves. Just look at the work that's happening in cleaning out the barn. Now, I hear there's been stuff in there for over 20 years. For over 20 years. And it's a pretty big barn. I can't wait that when we have our celebration, we're all going to the barn. We're going to have a new roof. We're going to set up tables. We're going to have a gathering. And we're going to celebrate that barn because that barn is a symbol. It's a symbol of what we can do together. It's a symbol of what we can do together. It's a starting point. We have turned the corner. Would you Amen, Yahoo, whatever you want. We have turned the corner. We are fixing the roof. Who knew that would be the turn? We are going to have some pumps with batteries that work. What a concept. We're going to have the ability to rent the modular and bring in income to help create a foundation of finance stability. That was the great word. And that will help you as we work together through many phases now for a new minister. This is where we're going. This is where you are going, and where we don't know the path. We know we're being guided. We know, I know, you know, you're being guided. We're listening, and we will take action on that guidance and listen to the intuition that we are given and hold the intention. Do you remember? I've always thought this was a fable, that might be a true story. The elderly man that was planting fig trees. And every time he'd be planting fig trees, and people would walk by on a country road and just laugh at him, shake his head. Finally, someone came up and said, "Why are you planting fig trees? You're never going to bear the fruit. You're too old." And he said, "I'm planting these fig trees for the next generation so they have figs to eat." Now that's what Unity of Salem is doing. We are planting fig trees. We are planting spiritual journey. We are planting a place where everyone can feel great and welcome and supported, no matter where their life is going. Our 2 kids just went to camp, Unitine camp. They came back saying, "I want to go again. When is the next one?" They are so excited. Unity of Salem has had a very active youth ministry. It went, and now it's going up again. It is happening. We are turning the corner. So my prayer is, and I'm going to invite you as we go into prayer time, to really start accessing, listening. It's right here. Your guidance is right here. It's right here. It's right here. If you take the time to just be, take the time to just be, to listen, and to follow your guidance. So I have a reading I want to share with you at the end. Then we'll go into meditation. A problem that occurs in your life may simply be a question that life asks you. However, anxiety can make solutions seem elusive, and pessimism can be a block to embracing the part of ourselves that already knows the answers. Now, did you hear that? Say it again. Now, you bet. However, anxiety can make solutions seem elusive. So many times it's right in front of us, but we're anxious, so we can't see it or know it. And pessimism can be a block to embracing the part of ourselves that already knows the answer. It's like a dark shield, and we can't see through it. Your positive outlook can open doors to opportunity that fear might otherwise tightly lock. By choosing to look for the good in all situations, we can place our attention on workable solutions to problems rather than focusing on what we perceive as wrong. Remember, when you put a problem and a solution into a pit, the one that wins is the one you feed the most. So today, We celebrate, and we recommit to a relationship with the universal presence within each one of us and in our community. I invite you to close your eyes, wiggle around in your chair, ooh, shrug those shoulders, let the weight of the world go. Oh God, it's heavy. Oh, I have to solve everything. Say it with me. One more time. I invite you to visualize a place, the ocean, the mountains, your favorite chair, where you can relax and release. For that which you are seeking is seeking you. Say that to yourself. For that which I am seeking is seeking me. Each in our own way, seeking that relationship with our divine nature, the love, the light, the hope within us. The co-creative energy that works with this divine nature. We are never alone. And as we turn our back, turn our mind, turn our life around, we turn the corner away from that negative thought, that pessimism, that fear. We move into the place of peace and listening. Asking for guidance and listening. I am a co-creator of my life. Say that to yourself. I am a co-creator of my life. I am one with the universal presence. And I step out and take action on my guidance. I am a co-creator of the divine nature in this community. As we receive guidance, we step out together. With positive, practical, ideas and the work that needs to be done. Spiritually, emotionally, physically, mentally, in every way. We are co-creators. We take this on with honor. Thank you, Spirit. And so it is. opening your eyes very, very slowly. Opening those eyes. Let's do a few more ahs. Ah. Ah. And so it is. And so it is. Amen. 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 Ah. Can you feel that energy? It's here. It's right here.